Hey everyone, I'm Alice and welcome to February's episode of Book Box Battle. So there have been some horrendous delays for all of the book boxes this month. OwlCrate was the last to arrive and it arrived 2 days ago. Illumicrate arrived I think about 2 days before that, and FairyLoot arrived at some point between the two. I know for a fact OwlCrate's warehouses were closed for a few days because of terrible storms. I'm not quite sure what the delays were with the other two, but they're here now and we are ready to open them up. So, last month in a surprise victory, Illumicrate took the first prize of the year. Considering last year I think they only won 2 boxes the entirety of 2022, I am feeling very optimistic for Illumicrate this year, particularly because I know what book is in this box. And I've already read it and I've already rated it very highly because I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what customisations they do on it, because I have been tempted to get the Waterstone special edition of the Illumicrate book, but I've been holding off and waiting to see what they've done with it. I can't remember what is in OwlCrate or FairyLoot, but we're going to go with FairyLoot first because they lost last month. I wasn't impressed with their box and it was kind of like the lowest out of the 3. So we'll see whether I'm any more impressed with February's box. So, straight off, I can see we've got a mug in here, which is a From Blood and Ash mug designed by Avondale Art. This is the second mug that they've done in these similar boxes recently, so I'm assuming this is kind of going to be black and white with some little gold foiling, because that was what they did on the previous mug that came in this box design. But I might be wrong. I'm completely right. So this is obviously like a new collection that they're doing, because this has the characters in black and white and then some kind of gold foil designs all over it. It does mean that it's not microwavable safe, or dishwasher safe. Doesn't say about a dishwasher. But yeah, they're not microwave safe. It's got a little dagger in the bottom. The first one of these that they did was Kingdom of the Wicked. And I haven't read From Blood and Ash, but it looks quite nice. It's got some inconsistencies to the print. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. I thought that was a moon in the top there to start with, because it's actually where the pattern's coming off, but Poppy's dress has another one on there as well, so this is not good quality, which is surprising for FairyLoot, but I also have way more mugs than I need, so it's not really an issue. It does make me worry though, because I feel like it's hand wash only. Yeah, did it say hand wash only? Am I completely... Yeah, it said hand wash only, so it's not dishwasher safe. So, that's probably going to come off really easily. I mean, I was going to say it's not my problem. It is my problem. It's my mug, but I'm not a huge fan of From Blood and Ash, so I likely wouldn't use it anyway. I say I'm not a huge fan of it. What I mean is I haven't read it and I'm not interested in reading it at any point soon. So it's not like I actively have read the book and dislike it. It's just, it's not one of my favourite fandoms, so... We then have a Snow Oak pendant designed by Jez Hawk. And this is like a tree of life, similar-esque design. It's got some wiggly bits in it. I don't really know what makes it snowy, but very basic, very kind of cute. A bit bigger than the pendants that they normally do, because the last pendant they did was like a Crescent City one and that was a bit smaller, but interested to see what that's inspired by when I find the spoiler card. And then we also have a bag that says "The stars inclined us, they do not bind us," and this is inspired by These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. Quite a big purse with just the one pocket. Not something that I think I would particularly use myself either. It's a useful item for people who don't have any, but I've already received quite a few of these from book boxes over the years, and I just don't really have anything that I would use this size bag for. Here's the spoiler card. So, the The Snow Oak pendant is a reimagined replica of the pendant mentioned in the Black Witch Chronicles by Laurie Forrest, which I've not heard of. I've not heard of the author or the book, so I will have to do some research into that one. And then it says there's another item in here somewhere, which there is at the bottom here. And this is a foiled art print designed by Rosie Thorns 88. I should have been able to tell that because it's very clearly her papercraft style. And this is inspired by Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber and features Jax and Evangeline. Another series that I haven't read yet, but I am very interested in. And I do love it when they do prints that have this little foil on them because I think it gives it a nice pop. Definitely a beautiful print even if it's a series that I haven't read yet. I am kind of still surprised that they're counting a print as an item, especially because they've started putting less items in their boxes. So having a print as one of the featured items seems like a bit of an easy inclusion. It doesn't make it feel like you're getting a lot of value for money, but it is a beautiful print, so I will let that slide. And then we also have the Ace of Stars and the Two of Stars as the tarot cards for the month. These are designed by Ars28 and it is Taya and Quayad and Imani from Spice Road by Maya Abraham, which was featured as FairyLoot's book last month. So now we move on to the book. And I see some very, very pale pink edges on this one. Oh, okay. Okay. I do remember this book being announced because I was thinking of pre-ordering this myself because it does sound really, really good. But you've got like the blue night sky at the top, the kind of pink sky at the bottom, and then you've got the little pterodactyl stenciled on the edge there, which is super cute. And this is City of Nightmares by Rebecca Schaefer. So let me just see. Yep, we've got an author letter in here as well, and that is designed by Avondale Art. And then it also says that the artwork on the end papers and the artwork on the hardcover are designed by Avondale Art as well, so we will see what those are. So as you can see, it's signed. Got the artwork there, showing one of the characters with the city in the background. Oh wow, okay. Oh my god, the pterodactyl! They could have just gone with a naked hardcover on this one and I would have been happy with that. And then you've got the, what I'm assuming is the main character meeting somebody over here. Oh, that's like, it's a really nice texture. It's kind of like a matte texture, which is really lovely. I'm surprised they didn't go with foiling on the spine because of the kind of gold colour of the title. But I'm also kind of grateful because that might have ended up rubbing off and I wouldn't want to do that. So, we will read the blurb so you can know what this is about, because I can remember being excited when it got announced, but I really remember nothing about it because it's been a while. I can remember seeing the cover when Hot Escape did the, I think it was Hot Escape? Yeah, did the announcement, and I said, Sean, that's going to be in a FairyLoot box, but just because of the cover, and it is. So I definitely know my FairyLoot picks. Ever since her sister became a man-eating spider and slaughtered her way through town, 19-year-old Ness has been terrified. Terrified of some other nightmare murdering her, and terrified of ending up like her sister. Because in Newham, the city that never sleeps, dreaming means waking up as your worst fear. Whether that means becoming a nightmare that's monstrous only in appearance, or transforming into a twisted, unrecognisable creature that terrorises the city, no one is safe. Ness will do anything to avoid becoming another victim, even if that means lying low among the Friends of the Restful Soul, a questionable organisation that may or may not be a cult. But being a member of this maybe cult has a price. In order to prove herself, Ness cons her way into what's supposed to be a simple job for the organisation, only for it to blow up in her face. Literally. Tangled up in the aftermath of an explosive assassination, now Ness is the only other survivor, a nightmare boy who Ness suspects is planning to eat her, must find their way back to Newham and uncover the sinister truth behind the attack, even as the horrors of her past loom ominously near. I can see why I was interested in this. Oh no, I'm trapped with this boy and I think he wants to eat me, and my sister turned into a man-eating spider. This sounds like one hell of a journey, and I'm excited about it. So I'm very excited for this book. I love these customizations. I'm just very underwhelmed by the items that have been featured this month. So, FairyLoot are going to need to cross their fingers and really hope that the other book boxes have got terrible items in them, because that's the only way that it's going to go well for them today. Oh, I've just noticed the foiling on the back cover as well. It says, face your fear or become your nightmare. Very cool. We're then going to move on to OwlCrate, which this month is ridiculously overstuffed. So I'm hoping everything in here is okay, because I've never seen an OwlCrate that has struggled to close this much. And I'm very excited to see why the hell it's so stuffed. Oh, we've got a blanket, that's why. Oh my god, okay. I was not expecting. I love OwlCrate's blankets. They're a little bit smaller than some of the book box blankets, but they're so soft and fluffy, and my kids absolutely adore them. So this is one of the blankets of Sophia and Ezra. This is a dark academia throw blanket. What does that mean? Come on, come on, come on. Open up, open up. Oh, hey, there we go. And we are in. So this is big. This feels bigger than my other. I don't know. Is it just how it's been folded? Oh, there we go. So this says, knowledge is carnage. You can't have it without sacrifice. Which means this is not a Dark Academia blanket at all. This is an Atlas 6 blanket. And I don't like the Atlas 6. She says, having like 3 different editions of it, because the editions are beautiful and I hadn't read the books when I ordered them. But I like the blanket, and I'm happy to have it because it's very, very soft and fluffy, and I love the design. And to be honest, like, if you haven't read the Atlas 6, you might not necessarily know what that quote is from. So I'm going to overlook the fact that it's the Atlas 6 and just love it deeply and intensely. Then we move on to, oh my god, the Treasured Tomes pin for this month. I completely forgot that it was going to be a Crescent City one. I haven't told you who designed the blanket because I haven't seen the spoiler card yet. So we will go through all of the designers when we get to the end. But this is the Treasured Tomes pin. And it's Lunathian relics and artifacts. You've got the little moon at the top, and you've got the wings, and you've got the little city. And then when you open it up, oh my god, the detailing! I know you won't be able to see that clearly, we're going to do close-ups anyway, but oh my god. It says, Gwyndian, also known as the Star Sword, this ancient weapon was made from the metal of a fallen star. And Luna's Horn, wielded by Peleus, the first Starborn prince during the First Wars, this ancient relic was forged by the Fae in their homeworld before their arrival in Midgard. Oh my god, the detailing! That is absolutely beautiful. I love the idea of this collection, and it is just getting better with each one. So the concept of these is by Paperback Bones, and they're designed by No One Designs. And I'm so excited to see what else comes in this series, because I don't like the Cruel Prince, I don't like the Folk of the Air, but the first pin in this series was inspired by it, and it was absolutely stunning. And I love Crescent City, and I love this pin. They're just such a clever idea, and they're really, really cute. This one's a little bit kind of rough on the corner there, so I'm going to have to be careful where I put it so that I don't catch anything on it. But it is just so beautiful. We've then got Cal's letter opener. On is Red London. Oh, wow. Okay, this is designed by Sarah, illustration and design. And it has Power in Balance, Balance in Power, London, as Orents. So this is inspired by the Dark Shades of Magic series by Victoria Schwab. I like the fact that this isn't a dagger, because a lot of the letter openers that the book boxes have done have been like daggers, and they haven't been very sharp. But like, feeling the point on that, that feels like that's actually gonna open letters quite well. So that's nice to see that it's something a little bit different. It's still not something that I necessarily think I would use myself, but it's nice to see them branching out from just using daggers. We've then got magnetic bookmarks. I love magnetic bookmarks. Oh, they are treating me this month. Wow, okay, so these are magnetic bookmarks. You've got George Louis Borges, Alice Hoffman, and Neil Gaiman. And the Neil Gaiman quote is, "A book is a dream you hold in your hands." The Alice Hoffman quote is, "Books may well be the only true magic." And the George Louis Borges quote is, "I have always imagined that paradise will be a kind of library." And then on the postcard they put, "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one." These are so cool. And also, I like the fact that they're flat, because sometimes I worry with these magnetic bookmarks when they've got like a character or something at the top. If you put it in your bag and the character gets smushed, then it might rip your page. If they're flat, I can't see that happening. So, absolutely beautiful. Very useful. Designed by, looks like Tim Beeren. Tin Design. Which means they're working with new artists as well, because that isn't an artist's name that I recognise, and neither is the letter opener. So it's nice to see them branching out a bit. Very beautiful. Oh my gosh. We then have a notebook. Oh my god, they are treating us. We've only just had our book journal in November. So to get another notebook this quickly, I love. I always have a use for notebooks, especially ones this beautiful. This says Starless and Sacred. Starless and Sacred on the spine, so you can put it on your shelf so it looks like a book. And we are all stardust and storage. So I think that must be inspired by The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. And it's a dot notebook, so it's actually a bullet journal. That is very handy because I do not have many dot notebooks, and this is something that I could very easily see myself using quite soon. This is a really good box, oh my god. And then we have the spoiler card right at the very, very bottom and the book. So we will just quickly do the spoiler card so I can tell you who all the artists are. The Atlas 6 Inspired Throw Blanket is designed by Forensics and Flowers. The faux book journal is the first in one of our 2023 collections. Oh my god, so we're going to be getting more of those gorgeous notebooks throughout this year. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. It's designed by Lichen and Limestone. Yeah, the magnetic bookmark set is by Tim Beeren. Sarah for the letter opener and the Treasure Tomes pin, as I said, no one designs. So this is an amazing quality box, and knowing that those notebooks are going to be an ongoing thing, I will admit I have been considering going down. OwlCrate are like soon to be launching a book only option, and they're also going to be launching an adult subscription, so you can get like a combined book only for the YA and the adult. So I have been considering going to book only for everything and kind of saying goodbye to Book Box Battle, but doing like book pick battle instead. So when the books arrive, I can show you them all off. But knowing that that's going to be a series, I think I might just have to keep OwlCrate. Like, forget everybody else. Like, this is such high quality. OwlCrate are stepping it up, and I just need to appreciate them for doing that. And the book this month is Rebel by Alyssa Mia Smith. I'm a Rebel. We never fail. So let me crack this open so we can have a look at it. I've not heard of the book, I will be honest. But it looks absolutely beautiful. Looks like it's going to be kind of circus themed, which makes me surprised that they went with the Starless Sea and not the Night Circus. But I guess for the book reference, they went with the Starless Sea. And we do get a lot of Night Circus items. Like, people really, really love featuring the Night Circus in these boxes. So, oh, beautiful. It's kind of like very like subtly foiled on the cover, which is nice. And then we've got end papers of the characters sat on a beach. And it's signed with the author letter inside, which makes it easier for me to keep track of. We've got love is the curse, not magic. Love is its own sort of magic in this gorgeous purple foiling, which is really beautiful. And then we have an under the dust jacket artwork of the characters holding hands and looking very, very happy. And do we have different end papers at the back? No, same end papers at the back. So we will read the blurb and see what this one is about. On the island of Charmant, magic flows like bootlegged champagne, and fantasies can be bought for the price of a gemstone. Lux Ravel, star of her family's fantastical show, knows the splendour is just an illusion. With prohibition threatening their livelihood, her family struggles to make a living, watering down champagne and patching holes in their sequined costumes. So when the son of Charmant's wealthiest family makes Lux an offer, all the liquor the Ravels need to stay in business in exchange for posing as his girl and helping him become mayor, she can't refuse. The moment Jameson Port sets foot in Charmant, he can't shake the feeling of familiarity. An orphan, with as few memories as gemstones, he's desperate to learn what happened to his parents, but as he delves into the island's secrets, he risks angering the wrong person and discovering a truth that just might break his heart. When Lux and Jameson accidentally meet, the sparks that fly are more than her magical enchantments, but keeping secrets from powerful people is a dangerous game, one that could destroy them both. Ooh, I'm very interested in that. That sounds a lot more contemporary than most of OwlCrate's picks, so I don't know whether it's gonna have like more fantasy kind of in the background. But definitely an interesting pick and very, very beautiful. So, the exclusive cover with art is by Nerix and designed by Lichen and Limestone. The artwork by Diana Adworak on the reversible dust jacket. Foil stamps by Teresa Chen at Divine Literary. And the end papers are by golden.rose.art. So, definitely a stacked edition. Huh. So I think Illumicrate are going to have a tough time to try and beat OwlCrate based off of how amazing that box was, because that really appeals to like all of the things that I enjoy in a book box. But I'm so excited to see their edition of this book that I am just like, I'm just going to get on with it. I'm too excited. So, the theme for this month is Into the Fire. As you can probably tell by the cover, it's very similar to the book that's going to be in here, and I'm very excited. So we have a glass water bottle, safe for dishwasher use. And this is... oh wow, it's got like a cozy with it to keep it safe. Oh, that's interesting. A book too can be a star, a living star to lighten the darkness, leading out into the expanding universe, by Madeline L'Engle. Smells really strange. I don't know what that smell is, but I can't even describe it. It just like, it smells very sweet. Oh, it's the cover thing. It just has a really, really sweet kind of citric smell to it. That's a bit strange. Unexpected. And this is designed by Fez Inkwright at Ross.tier. But it says that it's fandom neutral. So I guess it's just a general quote from Madeline L'Engle. I guess it's not actually from a book. We then have a zipper charm inspired by Legendborn. And I love Legendborn. Legendborn is so freaking good, man. Oh, wow. And this is by Alyce's World. And it's like a little dragon. So very Arthurian, very beautiful. Not something that I think I would ever use myself, particularly as it's so large. I think it would just make a zipper quite heavy. But if you've got a like really little zipper that you're struggling to grab onto, I guess that would be perfect for you. We then have a book lamp. What? How do I even open this? Okay. Okay. So it's a little USB chargeable light. What the hell? Oh my god. How do you make it like sit? Is it like magnetic? Yes, I guess. How am I meant to stand that up anywhere? Oh my god! What the heck? That is one hell of a novelty, but like... it's so heavy. You will not believe that something that like that small can be that heavy. I'm guessing you just kind of... oh, I bet you it's not meant to like... it's totally meant to stand like that, isn't it? So it's like side on. I was thinking of like trying to stand it up so it was like a book led down, but I think it's meant to be up like that. It's hard to tell it's a book when it's open, and but it's actually like quite bright, man. Like you can see the light that it's letting off. That is possibly the most unique item I've ever received in any box ever. Wow. Okay, and this has like a dragon on the front and like some birds on the back. And that is designed by Chatty Nora and is inspired by Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I need to stop just opening and closing it. But wow, that is beautiful. Very, very interesting. Wow. covered in stuff now. Let's put all this stuff over here. We've then got a book jacket. Oh my god, okay. Oh wow. I love book jacket month. So these are the ones that you like put the hardcover inside and then it keeps the book safe for you. And this is designed by Pahomie and features the vermilion bird of the south from the Poppy War. Very beautiful. Amazing quality as always with Illumicrate's book jackets. And then we got the book. We got the book. Oh my god, we got the book. Okay, so you got the author letter. We're just gonna I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm waiting. I just need to get this thing open. This is Song of Silver Flame Like Night by Emilio and Zhao, and I'm so bummed because I loved this book. I read it, I literally finished it last week, and I can't wait for the sequel. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see what they've done with this. Oh my god. Okay, so I was talking to my friend because we were doing a buddy read of the book, and I said I think they're probably going to stencil all of the gods on the pages, and they have. So you have the 4 demon gods. So you've got the Crimson Phoenix, the Silver Dragon, the Azure Tiger, and the Black Tortoise. And then on the cover here, you can see they've changed it so it's kind of like a lighter blue colour. But it makes the gods really, really pop. Like, that is stunning. And oh my god, it's just so beautiful. Oh my god, you've got like a purple end at one end and then a blue end. Oh, this is perfect. This is so much like exactly what I was picturing that they would do. And I'm so happy that I waited for this edition because this is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. So we've got, it's signed by the author on the exclusive end papers. And then you've got Lan and Zen sat while he's teaching her about the, like, spell parchments. Oh my god! Oh my god! It just gets more beautiful. Oh my god! So there's, oh, try not to get spoilery. This is, like, a scene from the book. The fact that the demon gods are, like, transposed over the, like, star map is very relevant. And oh my gosh, that's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. Oh my god. Okay, so I will read out the blurb to you just so that you can appreciate the book a little bit more, even though I've already read it myself. And I'm very excited for the sequel. I just want it to be out already. In a fallen kingdom, one girl carries the key to discovering the secrets of her nation's past and unleashing the demons that sleep at its heart. Once, Lana had a different name. Now she goes by the one the Atlantean colonizers gave her. She spends her days scavenging for remnants of the past, for anything that might help her understand the strange mark burned into her arm by her mother in her last act before she died. No one can see the mysterious mark until the night Zen appears at the tea house and saves her life. Zen is a practitioner, one of the fabled magicians of the Last Kingdom, whose abilities were rumoured to be drawn from the demons they communed with. Magic believed to be long lost. Magic to be hidden at all costs. Both Lan and Zen have secrets buried deep within. Fate has connected them, but their destiny remains unwritten. Both hold the power to liberate their land, and both hold the power to destroy the world. I love this so much! And this is making it very, very difficult for me to pick a winner because I normally try to pick based off of the whole box because it's box battle, it's not special edition battle, it's not book battle. We can automatically take FairyLoot out of the running because I think compared to what Illumicrate and OwlCrate have managed to produce, FairyLoot is very minimal effort this month. It's very low budget. It feels very basic. That's the kind of box I would have expected FairyLoot to release maybe 2, maybe 3 years ago. But considering OwlCrate and Illumicrate are both stepping up their game, I'm surprised that FairyLoot haven't followed suit. OwlCrate always get me because they, like a blanket boxes normally automatically win. A book journals normally automatically win. You've got the magnetic bookmarks in there, love magnetic bookmarks. You've got the Crescent City pen, absolutely beautiful and one of my favourite series of all time. But the customizations on the book are minimal. I mean, they've got the end papers, the same end papers both sides. They've got the hardcover stamp foiling. And they've got the kind of artwork under the dust jacket, but it's not an alternate dust jacket. But they've done the completely redesigned cover and it's very beautiful. But then you come over to Illumicrate and yes, you've got a water bottle that I'm not really going to use, but you've got a zipper that I'm not really going to use either. Book jacket, always a great month. Love the book jackets. And we've got the book lamp as well, which is very, very unique. But this book is just so beautiful. And I think, if I'm being completely honest, I think Illumicrate deserve the win. That doesn't mean I'm giving it to them. Illumicrate deserve the win because of not only the fact that this edition is stunning, but because of the fact that they have taken so many things from the book. But I need to try to put that to one side, because just because I've read the book, and it's one of the very first times that I've actually read a book box book before it's arrived, just because I've read the book, I can't favouritize it, because if I hadn't read the book, I would still love this design, but I wouldn't know how relevant things like the end papers, things like the under the dust jacket, like the extra hardcover artwork were. I wouldn't get the impact of this edition as fully as I have. So I'm going to need to try and put that to one side. I do love the edition that FairyLoot did of City of Nightmares. It's just their items that have let them down a lot. And I do love all of OwlCrate's items, but it's their customisations that are making me hesitant to give it to them. However, they have announced on a recent live that they are going to try to do sprayed edges more regularly, because they're in talks with a printing press, I think. So that might not be an issue for them for much longer. They might be doing things like sprayed edges. Based off of the box as a whole, it's going to have to be OwlCrate. OwlCrate are going to have to win this month. This is probably the hardest decision I've had to make, but I've got a lot of glass water bottles already, and I don't like the fact that the cozy thing that it's in smells that strongly of the citric. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's just where it's been in the warehouse, but that is a turn off. And as I said, I'm not really going to use the zipper charm, so even though it is inspired by Legendborn and it is a nice design, it's not something that's useful for me personally. The book lamp, again, an interesting design, but where you can't sit it down and you kind of have to have it up instead, it loses a lot of the impact that it could have if it was, because you can't see the covers. As soon as it's magnetised closed, you can't see that book cover. So you can either see the cover and not have the light on, or you can have the light on and not see the cover. So that loses marks just because of the functionality of the item. So then you're down to like the dust jacket, and compared to some of the book jackets that they've featured, this is very, very basic. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, and I still love it, but this is a very minimal design compared to what they've done before. Whereas OwlCrate, I love magnetic bookmarks. It's very different for them. They've done character bookmarks in the past, but I can't think of them doing like flat quote bookmarks. The reading book, the kind of notebook with the bullet journal pages in it, that is absolutely stunning. Even if it was just plain paper in there, the design, the attention to detail, the fact that they've even put like the title down the spine so it can go on your shelf, I think that's beautiful. I love the blanket. I always love a cheeky blanket. And also the attention to detail in that Crescent City pen. Not only the fact that you've got Lunathian on the front, but then you open it up and it's got two items that are so integral to that series with the little descriptions. Like, it's just absolutely stunning. And I think even though the book is a little bit more simplistic than this absolute beauty over here, like if it was just books, Illumicrate would win. That's undeniable. But this is book box battle. And for the box as a whole, OwlCrate, congratulations, you have become the second winner in 2023, which means FairyLoot are lagging behind and Illumicrate and OwlCrate are head-to-head at the moment, which it'll just be interesting to see if that's how it continues for the rest of the year. I'm Alyce, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please let me know down in the comments, please give it a like. If you'd like to chat about whether you think I picked the right winner, because I know for a fact a lot of people are going to think that this should have won, and I kind of think this should have won, but I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be fair and keep the rules of the game in my mind. And I also just realised I didn't read out the artists for this, because no artists have been explicitly credited, so I'm guessing it was all just kind of designed in-house with the publisher. But yeah, please let me know what you thought of this video, and we will see you again in a few weeks with another book box battle, and I'm excited to see where the rest of this year goes, because this was not how I was expecting it to go so far. I'm Alyce, this is the Bumbling Blogger, thank you for watching, bye! With the Moon Goddess, I need to stop just opening and closing it, but wow, that is beautiful. Very, very interesting. Wow.